are on seminar 9A. So the topic for today is I'm gonna give you guys downloads on our mindset and philosophy to be a dragon. How do you become a dragon? What is a dragon? How do you become the approach king, right? So we talked about the system, right? It's not about how you feel, it's about how she feels about you. Your job in the date is to increase her interest level. Speak less, more actions. Don't tell her that you love her. Show it. Don't tell her you want to fuck her. Show it. Like physically touch her. Again, your miles may vary, and always obey the local laws in your country and city. Don't get charged for sexual harassment, right? But always check for consent. And yeah, like I said, this is just for entertainment purposes. Everything here moving forward. And, take this with a grain of salt. This is data I've gathered that worked for me. And you need to find your way and not get sexually assault charges with you, right? That could really land you in prison, and that can get a case against you, right? Consent is, how do you check for consent? Look at her body reaction. Is she aversive to your touch? Did she jolt? Did she twitch? Did she look away? Look at her eyes. Look at her body languages. If she's frozen, she's not moving and reciprocating, that means she does not consent. You can tell. Just be empathetic. If you're not feeling like, it's all in the feelings. Look at her fucking eyes. Look at her fucking face. Look at her body. And you need to back the fuck off, right? And you slowly train her. Because if you're training her, you're touching her and her body reacts. You're training her to be disgusted of you. But if you touch her, you arouse her, then you back off. You're training her body to be aroused. So if you get a little, backtrack physically, that means she's emotionally not ready. Wine and dine her, buy her flowers, buy her many things, like what she wants, love language, right? Explain to her, hey, your love language is physical touch. Like, that's what you want to receive from her. And, eventually she'll be comfortable and it's normal, but you have to, get the triggers. What are the social triggers for sexual arousal? Her thighs, her ears, her neck, her shoulders, her arms, her, lower back. Go for this. Google erroneous zone and, find, physical touch to arouse the girl. That is, your dexterity, right? So, yeah. So now that we have the method, you approach, you're dating the girl, and yeah. So now you're just gonna, attraction is the meet location, right? You meet them at the bar, somewhere public. All you're doing is changing the locations from outside the bar into a more intimate restaurant. So you're going from a group dynamic into a group. There's a bunch of people. Slowly you're isolating her. It might be one other girl with her, right? It's easier to ask out a girl with two girls that are friends, or another girl, hey, me and this girl are going out, you should come with. It doesn't look like a date. Again, you're disqualifying, right? And then once you're able to isolate her, take her into more intimate moments. So like, don't go out in the movies or the nightclub where you can't talk and look each other eye to eye. You want to be sitting next to her, not in front of her. It is a date. You are a sexual man. Don't get friend zoned. And the moment it becomes friend zoned, try to make it sexual. It will drive her off, yes, but it's better to drive off a girl than it is to be friends with her. Because once you're friend zoned, you're going to be the gay best friend who she has zero sexual attraction to. Like, she will be so disgusted at you that it's better to not even be friends. Cut her off, find a different girl, right? And then come back 30 days later. You reach and you withdraw. So now we're trying to get sex with a girl, right? So this is exactly what we're doing with her girlfriend, right? So we disqualified ourselves and then we introduce other girls, right? So we're getting her into the 10-hour mark, right? And so all we're doing is we're going closer and closer to the sex location, right? So if, for example, she drives 1 hour, right, to get to the date, so she might live She might live in Manhattan Beach, then she drives to West Hollywood. It's about 45 minutes, right? You want to be able to isolate her, which means if she lives with her parents and her parents expects her home, she lives with roommates, then her roommates are gonna slut shame her. It's easier to have sex with a girl if she's on vacation. There's no consequences, there's no accountability. But if you're out, you can't suddenly. You want to really ease the barriers of entry, like to her pussy, right? So, like, if I'm taking out a girl and I take her to a hotel, that implies that we're gonna have sex. Like, there's no other way around it, right? So I would take her somewhere close by to your place to meet. Again, if she has roommates, you want to eliminate all variables, right? The only time you meet the girl around her place is to if she doesn't have parents or roommates, right? Because there's always interrupts. Many girls are wanting to save her from making that decision. So in my scenario, my girlfriend, she lives about an hour from West Hollywood, right? So she's not going to go West Hollywood and then drive to my place and then drive back home, or even if she stays over, right? She's going to have that shame. So it's very hard to isolate her to my place, right? So the biggest isolation that we can control is like so whenever you're dating, always have a sex location, right? So sex locations could be like your car, it could be a nearby hotel, and a bathroom stall and all that, right? These are legitimate sexual locations, and you always got to have one planned before the date. And if you're going out pointlessly without an aim, you're like, I'm just gonna work and make random money, you're not gonna get the money. You got to declare, okay, I'm gonna make $1 million a month, right? So I'm declaring, okay, cool, I'm gonna go out with her, then I'm gonna have sex with her, right? So all you're doing is escalating physically and then isolating her more and more. And your best bet is to you want to condition her to kind of check out your place or check out a nearby. And what I like doing, it's like, come check my place out, I have a candle, which one should I put? Or ask her for decorating advice. Hey, come on in, I need to stop by real quick, I forgot something that would make her familiar with the sex location, right? So right now, you just got to find stability, a routine, a ritual, and find nearby locations. So how that means is, like, the girl I'm dating, she doesn't have like it's not stable in a sense, so we don't have a routine. So all we're doing is finding a rhythm, finding a routine. And once we're in that rhythm and routine, I can slowly introduce her to a stable, like, secured place, right? And within that location, she is so kind of, like, once she's very familiar with the sexual location, it's in her mind, she's no longer going to get anxiety. So remember, women are emotional, right? They have last minute resistance, right? So you could be game, you could be having sex, you're undressing, you're inside her pussy, then she's going to say stop right before you go inside. Even when you're inside, she's going to say stop. So this last minute resistance is kind of like, key of what differentiates her from the caveman days. Is like, she will get that. So you need because back then, if in the cave days, if you had sex with a girl and she got pregnant, she's going to be left alone and able to defend herself for 9 months against the predators, right? So this switch, it's so old that she has to really feel comfortable that you're going to take care of her, and you have to show her that you're not going to leave her. Show stability, make her feel safe, and then that's not going to be there, right? So even when you have contraceptions, even when you have all that, I don't encourage contraceptions, but yeah. So now that she's you first need to isolate her, right? So dating is basically comfort level. You're going to be from C1, C2, C3. C3 is the location right before sex, right? So like C3 is like the living room, right? Or the hotel lobby. And then S1 is where you bring her into the sex location, right? And S2 would be, seduction 2 is the last minute resistance, right? So let's just assume that, you get the girl isolated, right? You're in the car, you're in the hotel, you're in your room, you're in her room, you're in the bathroom stall. You can tip out workers and just reserve the bathroom, $50, $100, and yeah, they just let you in the bathroom, and yeah. Now, the first levels of checks you want to do is, remember, if you cheat on the girl, she will sue you. So if she has alcohol in any form, um, that's not her consent, right? So you need to kind of like, if you feel, you smell alcohol, like, don't even do it. So you can have sex with her, but then she might regret it and then use it against you, and now you have a rape charge, right? Now, you don't want to be afraid. Like I said, always check for consent. Look at her body language, right? I recommend like marrying the girl before even having sex with her. But within 4 to 10 hours, like at least, get the foreplay, get the sex, but then, stop. Like, yeah. But once you, there are many ways to overcome the last minute resistance. Again, always agree to what she's saying. Oh, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. I agree, baby. Yes, baby, you're right. Yeah, let's stop. But don't stop. I mean, obviously, she says no means no, right? But if she says it, you gotta like really sense it. So the girl will only say she has a husband or boyfriend, so she won't feel guilty. But she will still have sex with you. It's just her. She's trying to be honest and blame it on something. They call this plausible deniability. You want to create circumstances of plausible deniability. She tripped, fell, landed in your dick, and she's going to blame it on you, right? And that's exactly what you want to do as the man. Everything has to be your charisma, your direction, and your design, right? A girl's not going to come out and have sex with you and jump on your dick. You have to seduce her. That's what seduction is, to lead her astray. Whether she's married, whether she has a boyfriend, you need to fucking seduce her, man. You need to fucking take her and ravage her. Like, not rape her. Like I said, be careful about, I made you aware, this is just for entertainment purposes, right? But you've been a pussy all your life, and you need to socially calibrate to get to this level. And like I said, I am not in support of sexual assault or raping. This is not, you do not want to do this, right? Ever. But I'm saying, what I am saying is, if you are married, if you are in a relationship, and get her to somehow text you, get her to, just have discussions, an alibi that she's consenting to all this, right? So, yeah, you gotta fucking ravage her, dude. Like, fucking take it like a man, give it to her, and you need to agree with everything she's saying. And this last minute resistance, all it is caveman days, right? So you want to take the path of least resistance, obstacles. Does she have a guy friend? Does she have a girlfriend? Does she have a roommate? Does she have parents? Does she live with her parents, right? Always have a pre-programmed stuff, right? Always take her to places, take her indoors, take her to the location. When I first went out with my girlfriend, we went to dinner, and then I showed her the place, and I said the place was a model house, and I showed her, I'm like, hey, yeah, you're welcome to, stay. But she was very distant. She was standing about 5 feet from me. She was not sitting to me on the couch. So, like, that's a big, look at proximity. She has to be close to you. Like, her body says everything, right? Her distance to you and her intimacy. Like I said, if you're not kissing her in the lips, she's not going to have sex with you, right? You need to be able to escalate, right? Seduce, right? So your main goal is to isolate her into a sexual location, the couch. Something neutral, at the same time, something where you can take her to the bed, or you can have sex with her on the couch. So you escalate by targeting the erogenous zones: her hands, her thighs, her neck, her lips, her ear. That's intimacy, right? And then escalate, go closer to her vagina, into her butt, test her reaction. Is she pushing her hands away? Is she resistant? And if she's resisting, don't, match her resistance. Is yes, you're right. And then she will either say, we need to stop. Yes, you're right, we need to stop. And kind of try to arouse her. And then if she says seriously, that's when you, like, for real stop, right? So maybe 2 or 3 times, always check for consent. And that also works if she's consenting. If she's silent, you better get the fuck out of there. That's rape, right? If she's not saying anything, she is afraid, she's fearful. So you need to consult her. Hey, are you okay? Check every 5 minutes. Like, you're grabbing her breast, you're making out with her. She's silent. She's like a starfish, right? Fucking tell her, yo, hey baby, are you okay? I'm gonna stop. And that, if she doesn't say anything, stop. Get the fuck away. Dress her up, you get dressed, take her back home, right? You don't make her feel bad for getting sexual with you, because now she's gonna traumatize that, But if she does not say anything, and you said, okay, I'm gonna stop, I'm sorry, right? And she stays quiet, that's literally, she did not consent to that, right? So you need to kind of like gauge, always check your consent levels, right? So, like I said, there's 2 instances, right? She says, stop, we need to stop, versus stop. Stop means stop. You get the fuck out. Like, hey, I think I need to check something. We need, yeah, but always affirm with your game. Like, just think with your dick, The more aroused you are, the more aroused you get her, right? She feels all that sexual energy, right? So resistance is only if she says stop. Like, no, stop. No means no. Stop means stop. If she says we need to stop, or I think I need to check something, give me 1 second, or whatever, right? That's called last minute resistance. So you need to distinguish if her reactive mind is saying, hey, wait, I need to, stop. Because if I get pregnant, this guy is going to leave me and dump me. So that means you did not do well in the comfort levels, right? You backtrack and you attack her later on, take her out, wine and dine her, take her, do what she loves. Find her love language. She likes gifts, she likes poems. That's when you kind of take her out, right? That's when you kind of wine and dine her, right? Improve your comfort levels and just make her feel more comfortable, and you can have sex later. It's not worth it having sex with this girl for and then for her to get mad at you, for her to give you rape charges, and it's just not fucking worth it, dude. And even then, it's like the sex might not be good, and then now you find like your dream girl that's hotter, and she's gonna sue you because, first, the sex was really bad, it wasn't even worth it. If anyone kind of rejects sex, like does not have a high libido, you need to back the fuck up. Because, you're wanting to have sex 3 to 6 times a day with this girl. If she's not having sex with anyone or you, like, it's going to be a bad relationship anyway. So it's like, here you are, you're whining and dining her, she's not wet. Like, this girl is just not salvageable. You need to back the fuck up. Like, it's not good for your sexual health. And if you cheat on her, it becomes your fault. If she doesn't have sex with you, it's your fault, right? So you're in a lose-lose situation, right? So last minute resistance is she resists, but there's 2 resistance, the last minute resistance and, which is a valid, you can always escalate by agreeing to everything she's saying. You're right, we should stop. Yeah, go ahead, let's do this. Just agree. Don't question it, don't put a suggestion, don't tell her to finish you off. Just say, I agree, we should stop. But say it in a sexual way. I agree, we should stop, baby. Yes, you're right. You're fucking so right. Let's stop right now. Let me stop myself from fucking, inserting my dick in your pussy, sliding in like this. You want me to stop fucking thrusting you right now? Just kind of like play with it. Don't be fucking too serious about this shit, Be non-reactive. Everything is a joke. Why so serious, right? So that's the first resistance that's acceptable, right? And then while you're fucking her midway, 5 minutes later, check in. Hey, is everything cool? Is it okay? We continue. Just check her consent at all times, especially every time, right? But the second resistance is if she's fucking quiet, she's not responding, you need to get a response. She doesn't respond, a silent means no. A silence does not mean consent. Silence means she's afraid. So you need to leave her alone, make her say, and there's a reaction, are you okay? She nods, Like she's shy, like, you know, because a horny woman's gonna be fucking, yes, baby, oh yeah, I'm so good, yeah, give it to me. Like, she is gonna be in affirmation, right? So you got to look at her state of mind, her face. Is she in affirmation or is she not, right? So yeah, once you're kind of inside her, that, you know, like, just past the fucking consent levels, right? Even like in touching, right? Remember, assault is any unwanted communication verbally, right? So if I say you have a nice ass, it makes her sexually uncomfortable. That's sexual assault. Sexual battery is I touch her and she resists and she does not consent to the touch. That's sexual battery, right? So assault is verbal, just verbal with your words, right? Text words. Battery is like the physical touch. So, like, this is some serious shit, and you need to be careful. At the same time, think with your cock, you know. But it's better I kind of show you the consequences first of what you're getting yourself into, so that you know what you're getting yourself into. This is the darkness. You fucking entered the darkness, right? You made it this far, right? So you have a choice to kind of get the fuck up, get then back the fuck up. But you know, I told you guys with full disclosure of what you're getting yourself into, right? It is going to be a terrific journey, and yeah, welcome to the Play Alive. Keep killing it out there.